35 kills versus Coldest Riders. So there's something to look forward to in that. Maybe Stamina can have his individual pop-off performance. But other than that, there's not any bright spots here. There's not much to look forward to for Strife. Again, handed 3 losses. And actually, as the Strife entire roster, have yet to play this map as an entire unit. I mean, all of those results are from Recon 5 days before the switch to the new organization came through. So, again, we're going to have to wait and see. But fast A-side aggression coming through and actually some decent positions. We'll see if the rotations, though, do come in time here for the CT side.
Stamina blinded, nobody clears him yet. Exceed finally does as the second flash from Hate, and a third flash goes through. The site is swarming with Triumph players. The bomb will get planted momentarily. Front dice. Saturn's grouped up with a couple teammates. 2 through bank, 2 through jump up, and Exceed up close and personal. Gets himself a brace, looking for the Hattie. It's going to be 6EI instead. Exceed goes back, lands the headshots, and with Exceed and 6E will get themselves the kills. And Triumph, they kick things off again. Another pistol round going their way.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's 3 for 3. Getting those early starts is looking really promising here for Triumph. And of course, we're going to see the counter force buy from Strife. See if they can get activated here early on. I believe Slight's been dropped over a scout his direction. And it seems like Stamina is going to bite the bullet here without any armor to work off of. So you can tell that Strife, one of their game plans is to get that op in as early as possible. But you can see that with this utility being brought out here early on, that Triumph are looking to try and gather some early water control, at least landing a touchdown. I mean, that's the one player without armor, the one player you need that nade to land on, and it's Triumph that are able to seek him out.
Yeah, that was a perfect artillery strike. One nade, massive impact, Stamina bleeding out, Molotov ready to go out towards toxic barrels. Triumph are ready to hit this B side. There's 3 players here from Strife, but they've used all their nades already. They only have 1 smoke left on Joel's. He is here. He can use it, but in comes the mollies, the flashbangs, but Stamina has 1. Traded out quickly. George has 2. Joel's tucks back into water. Naded down. It's going to be George again. Give him the hat trick. Give him the 3K with the MAC-10. Give him the $1,800. Bomb goes down. It's another Triumph round. It's just a matter of whether or not Strife want to go for this, do some damage, or save these guns into the next one, because they're going to be broke either way.
You gotta love that decisiveness as well, coming through from the Triumph roster. They really commit off of that flashbang, despite Hate going down there early on. George is the man right behind him on a mission to trade those out. And so now Saturn's trying to find his way away from this one. It's found out here. It takes a heavy bit of fire. But I imagine... Actually, never mind. They're chasing it down. George, he's looking for the 4K here. Around the fountain, he's going to play it nearly to perfection. They're almost got it, not quite. Slight now, looking for the last alive, and B-Wills is going to find him. So not a single weapon saved over there. Triumph taking everyone down for a clean anti-eco. And all 5, I believe, of those kills went over to the MAC-10. So not only do they clean it up in very nice fashion, but they get a lot of extra money in their back pockets as well.
A ton of extra cash, which is nothing but good things for Triumph, as they'll look to silence Strife here on their map pick and book their spot into IEM Fall North America. Definitely want to give their chance at the RMR points. There is a bit of an opportunity, especially if some of the lower ranked teams can steal away points from some of those teams that already do have RMR points. So there's a couple teams in the danger area which could get caught out by the likes of the Triumphs, the Team 1s, the teams that have qualified for this tournament so far. So there's opportunities. There is a lot of opportunity here in Strife. They don't have a lot of opportunity in this round to do much damage. USP's on 3. Damage already done to Saturn and Slight. P250s for Austin and Joel's. It's a complete total B stack, and Stamina just dry peeks into Exceed, setting up his smoke. That's a nice opening kill. Let's see if it can be transferred into a little bit more. The MAC-10 now in his hands. More USP taps, but Slight is finished off by B-Wills. And a rotation will come through as the teams will yin-yang. George has himself an AK kill, but he might get run over by Stamina. Nope, into the open. George 1-2. 6E helps out for the 3rd. Triumph 3 rounds on the board, only losing 1. That was only a MAC-10 too, so in the grand scheme of things, it kind of does help them out, give them a little more firepower for this bonus round.
Finally, we'll see a buy come through from Strife. They got good weaponry. Bring it on out, but they do need to find an answer here for George. If you give him too much confidence early on, you've already seen what he can do in terms of multi-kills in these last 2 rounds. We'll see if he can continue that sort of play versus full rifles bringing out, and it's going to be a bonus coming through as well. They've got a couple max 10s saved over, looking to close the distance quickly, and speaking of closing the distance, Slight, he's going to be pressed upon. A lot of flashes raining on out, and they're going to go straight through the smoke. They're already around the corner here. Slight, you got to run away. They're coming after you. They're so quick. The max 10's jumping through the air. It's good for the first, but he can't connect onto the second, so B-Wills is going to go 1 for 1, and I'd say that's a worthy trade, all things considered.
I would agree. That's a very worthy trade, especially as it opens up more space. Stamina's going to get volleyed out of position 2 in towards long. There's a 2v2 set up here for Strife now, or 2 on A, 2 on B. And Triumph can still work their way around however they so please, although Stamina's in a good spot to shut down this long play. They will probably not expect this, but Exceed wins out with the AK. Both players hit the headshot. It's just the Kalashnikov is a little more lethal. That's going to make things all the more difficult for Strife here in this round. Saturn working his way up, looking to get something back into this one. Not going to get too lucky just yet as the nades will come through. And Triumph are going to rotate down towards B. I like this call. They've sent so much over towards A. They've drawn the rotations, and now they have George lurking over towards B. Austin's waiting up catwalk, though, but he's only going to get 1. And now they can get that bomb down pretty quickly, hold off the rotations. In they come. There's already one out green door. The nade will reveal the positioning. 60's posted up on the position. It's going to be B-Wills to finish the job regardless, leaving Saturn in a 1v3, which he might just save in. And I think he will do just that. There's no money for Strife, and another fast start for Triumph.
I just love how they played that round as well. Triumph actually throwing a decent bit of faking in this round. They not only find that opening pick going 1 for 1 onto the Opera. I mean, that's a hefty investment from Slight to drop to a Mac 10. High value from those bonused SMGs. And then if you think about how they played the rest of that round, Exceed's just waiting for a reaggression through long because Strife need more map control. They need information. They find that frag onto him as, like you mentioned, they go tit for tat. And the headshots, just unfortunately enough, Triumph have the AKs. And at the end of the day, they fake out that long aggression, that A execute, and then use Exceed as that low HP bait in towards connector. So really well played from Triumph. Every little detail was played to perfection, and I love what I saw right there. I'm very excited on Overpass right now.
Yeah, Triumph do love this map. They find a lot of comfort in it. It is a bit of that sort of warm blanket for them. It's not quite Inferno, where they do have their best record and their most maps played, but Overpass, it's still one where they find a lot of comfortability factor. Almost like a hot cocoa mug on a cold, rainy day. And Triumph are going to keep on working their way around here. Bit of a buy from Strife, a bit of a half here. SMG for Stamina, the UMP, which is seeming a bit of a resurgence as of late. A lot more players starting to use that gun over the MP9, which I prefer the MP9 still. But let's see if Stamina could prefer the UMP. One, not the second, though. I'm going to have to say it. He gets both in the MP9. But Saturn, he'll get the man advantage back. Hate's still trying to trade this back, though. Joel's tagged down to 37, but he could be caught out by George. Spots him. No, George,
Hello?
George, George.
What is going on here?
George!
What? What? They knew he was there. I don't know if there was a miscommunication, but you gotta be clearing that one out. I don't know how on earth that one slipped by, and now it actually puts Strife in a position to close this one out. Not only does Joel's pick himself up an AK, they got themselves a 2-man advantage, looking to execute in towards this E side of things. It's only going to be 60 and Hate to bail them out of this position, and they're playing very passive as Strife, but that's all they need to do. They got the man advantage and then some.
Yes, they do, and off of the back of nothing really invested heavily. This was a half buy. They were hedging their bets onto the next round, giving themselves a little bit to fight with, maybe pick up a gun or two and try and get some damage done, but they've given themselves a massive opportunity now. Joel's, he might be a little bit low, and 60's on the hunt, but he has to get that bomb down. Austin's still lurking in water. Hate finishes off Joel's, though, but he is incredibly low. Will they go for the Bogdan Law play? They will not just yet. 60 and Austin exchange some broadsides, won't connect the shots. Nice flashbang, forces 60 away. He'll go back in, though. No smoke for the bomb, however. Op shot does not connect. 60 almost dead. Both players in the red. Op shot finally connects. Hate swinging out. Line up. 60 has the damage on the Slight. He's going to tuck tail. He's going to run. Slight has to fight this. Slight has to either choose this stick. He has a 10-second defuse.
Oh, it's over.
60 knows this.
He's not peeking. He's sticking to the fuse. Oh no,
Danny?
He's lost it. He's gotta go. Oh, he finds it at the last second. He timed that to perfection. It almost made your heart drop right there, but he finds the finishing blow.
Did he know there was not a kit?
I think he should have. I mean, surely. I don't know if he was counting in his head, but he timed it really, really well.
That was about to the last possible second right there.
Oh my god.
That's heart-wrenching. That is too
Lord.
close for comfort. It's perfectly played, but still, that is nerve-wracking to watch. Nerves of steel right there for 60. Nade Strike's going to do a lot of damage to him early on, and he's not going to get any reward for it just yet, but he did secure that round for Triumph. A must-win round for Strife it was, kind of, to really get things going early on, as Triumph now have 5 rounds on the T side of an Overpass, but still. Lots of poise there for the Opera of Triumph. Looks a lot more comfortable here than on Nuke.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, T-side opping on Overpass is a game changer compared to how you have to work that T-side on Nuke. You got that outer yard position, but really even still, there's so many different angles that you have to worry about as an upper towards that outer yard that it doesn't make it any easier. On Overpass, you got so many long-range angles, so much to work around, and all you still have to worry about positions from the CT side. It's a lot easier to maneuver. 60 having some more success on this one, surely. And we got an interesting aggressive angle here. Saturn gathering a good bit of information, but there's no one really coupled in this aggressive position. So there's a lot of map control that can be gathered here from Triumph if they choose their options right. And it does seem like they're doing that. Look at this long position that Triumph are heading up right now. Oh, sights are
Slight
off.
might have spotted something. Oh, wait. He didn't spot anything.
Oh,
He's just
no.
gonna... This is... Why are they overcommitting 4 towards B right now with no information? There's only 20 seconds on the clock. You just wait for that first contact and then hold your line. Saturn can get a couple kills here, but he gets demolished by George. Traded out by Slight, who's made his way back in, but now they know where he is. He's getting spammed down. Bombs getting planted, and Exceed comes in from Bank. He'll strike for 2 and looks for a third. Hates holding back the line. He might have heard a sound cue from Austin working through bathrooms. Shut down in the water closet, and now Stamina lost alive. Does manage 1, but he's so low. He'll try and get out of dodge here. B-Will's on the hunt. Finishes him off. Triumph 6 rounds and a confident gun round. They played that well, baiting out everything, holding the line, making sure nobody could over-aggress. And Strife, they're going to have to go back on a half buy. It worked out for them almost a couple rounds ago. But Triumph, they look so dialed in here. They look ready to waltz into that main event.
That was such a well-read round right there. And honestly, an unfortunate bit of timing there for Strife. You saw that Slight was jump spotting towards long, but Saturn had so much misinformation committing to that bathroom's position. He thought it was all clear towards A, but the reality was that all 5 players on Triumph were heading in towards long. And look at the damage that's already been done just from the Molotov alone through short. The aggression gets punished with heavy HP damage. They're going to execute into an open bomb site here, as it's going to be Exceed clearing every last inch of this one. Already pushed up towards Graffiti. They have to worry about short, but not for long, as George ventilates that problem. And so much success going for Triumph here. No issues at all rounds.
Nice clean mop up here. They make it a flawless one. Great for the T economy, which is already now up to about 5 digits for most of these players. Oh boy, Triumph, you are having a field day right now, aren't you? And Strife, what is your counter? Do you call a timeout here? I would definitely suggest calling one. I mean, what's the old sponge take? You call one at 6 rounds in a row. It's been 7 now, and very akin to the start we saw on Nukes, except Triumph were on the CT side then, the favored side of things. This is not the favored side of Overpass, and Triumph, they have that 7-0 start. Another win here. Probably get them up to 9. Unless Strife can pull off the incredible half-buy round victory, which came so close to 3 rounds ago. Exceed, getting some information, throwing that flash over. Slight blinded, has to fall away, will reaggress here and catch off 60. So finally an opening pick for Strife, but they need more than just that opening duel. They need to build upon it. And Strife They need a sec skill from Slight. He's traded out though, and Hate has Exceed's back. He's got the flash assist, then saves his teammate. Stamina's here towards bathrooms, and he will finish off Exceed, but it's still a 3v3, which does favor the T's heavily. They're trying to rotate down towards B. B-Will's keeping them occupied, while George comes in from behind. Nade goes out, does some damage. B-Will still backing away, and George will creep forward, and just about getting that backstab here onto Austin. Will convert it. And now, Triumph, they could really go wherever they want after that kill. Nick get another one onto Joel's from B-Wills, and that's just about the round.
They already know where stamina is, so they're going to commit to this B-bomb site. They've even got the connector rotate locked in with the current position from B-Wills, and you can just see how well Triumph is playing off of these rounds. Even Hate holding down that long re-aggression after Exceed finds that opening pick onto Slight, or rather trade frag onto Slight. It's so well read. Everything from Triumph is working out. And then you look at the other side of the map, you've got B-Wills and George working together on that side. One's pushing through monster tunnels, while B-Wills all the while is just distracting in connector. They've got two approaches to this round that can just lock things down and find opening frags, and it works on both sides. What are you supposed to do if you're Strife on this full gun round?
I feel like you need to get away after that first kill if you're Slight. I feel like that's the first thing. You get that kill, run, save your gun, fall back to A. You're not winning that second duel against Triumph. They are too aggressive, and right now, they're completely dominating you yet again. You look at the combined kills over on the Strife side, it's 12. George himself is 11.
Yeah, the thing is, here for Slight, I feel like he thinks he needs to make a play. You know, you put it into a 4v5. True. We've already seen 4v2s go awry for Strife in this match. So I think that in his mind, he's thinking to himself, I need to double this. I need to do even more. And maybe that's what's getting the worst end of things here for Strife. Nothing seems to be hitting the ground running. And it is a similar case to Nuke, and we saw a little bit of a resurgence. But this is a little bit worse on Overpass here, and especially on the T side of Overpass. Triumph showing this dominance, showing that not a lot is going to work here for Strife.
Good nade damage to kick things off for Strife. Maybe they can build upon it and get a win out of this round. Something to break that goose egg. I like the stack towards B2. It's ready to be effective, but Joel's only manages one. The flash from B-Wills works out well for the trade. 4v4, and Triumph do not need to commit off of this. They've smelt this take. They've smelt this hold. They have a good idea. There's a lot of people here. They might just wait it out. Molotov damage from a teammate, actually, on the stamina, so a little bit of friendly fire. Slow and steady, though, for Triumph. They know they have the advantage. They have the time. They're going to see if Strife want to get aggressive. I feel like Triumph still want to end towards B. They don't have a lot of utility left either. They have a Molotov, a smoke, and a flash. They're going to have to get these aim duels won. Yeah.
3 players stacked over on the speed bomb, so you couldn't ask for much else here. George able to find this kill off the flashbang. Can't double down. It's actually collateral. He gets team killed, but it's a worthy cause. Oh my god, I thought Exceed found that kill. I was about to have a freak out right there. Either way, Slight. He's last alive, and he's just going to give it up. Oh, dude, my heart dropped right there when I thought Exceed found that frag. I've never seen a flick like that, and I hopefully never will. Like, what on earth would that have been?
It would have been a very prime classic Exceed kill to get.
Inhuman reactions.
Yep. It was still a great flick. It would have been a headshot if there was a player there to find. But B-Will's had his back.
Yes, he did. It's good teamwork right there. It's not required.
Yep.
You know, it would have been nice, but not required.
Yeah. And as a big fan of team play over star power, it makes me happy to see that B-Will's had that kill, so Exceed wasn't all alone. And you know, just to go on a bit of a tangent here, because it's going to be a bit of a broken bye for Strife in this round, one thing that I think really separates North America from Europe is their focus on team play above all else. Astralis was a team of 5 stars. But what was their best aspect? It was how good they were as a team. It was how well they worked as a unit, how well drilled they were, how they knew how to react off of everything. They had the confidence in each other. They had that belief that getting the win was more important than having all the kills. And that creates a much more dangerous squad than any possible star power ever could.
You're exactly right. And I mean, even still, if you continue to dive down that rabbit hole. You got Device who's struggling a little bit here on an IP, much more than he ever did on Astralis here, but maybe there's a round to be made of this half buy. Not for long, though. It seems like it's slowly falling out of contention here. Slight's even taken down to very low HP, getting mollied off as well. He can't retreat off the line. Exceed's going to peek right around that op, so he's able to avoid it. But still, it's a man advantage for Triumph, and they have a lot of different options. You can see that they left Exceed on this look towards A. There's 2 players in Connector looking to join up, but once they commit to this B side, it should be done and dusted because, you know, you got Austin posted up in B, but that's only 1 player with a decoy to work off of.
Yeah, and I don't think Sly's going to want to throw away that op. Joel's could get lucky onto Exceed here, which would be a bit of a window back, and especially if he gets that rifle for free, which he should. Oh,
right on the other end.
No way. They're just outside each other. Are they going to completely pass? Is he going to clear this? Is he going to clear this?
So
He's going to clear it!
Oh my goodness.
Exceed's just seeing through the matrix here. Pretty much all of Triumph is literally just walking through this and reading everything. And look at B-Wills! He's just going to wide swing into Slight with an op and win that duel. 1 kill per round for B-Wills. 10 rounds on the board for Triumph. And this is becoming a rout. There's no tactical retreat anymore. It's throw those weapons down on the ground and a run.
So unreasonable. That last kill is really just a testament. Even that kill onto Joel's, who thought he was playing the patient game there, thought he was gathering some information, maybe thought he had a read, but really to succeed with the round in the palm of his hands. He just needed to find that frag, and he gets just the perfect timing here now. They're looking for some aggression here. I seem Stamina waiting for that flashbang. It will pop, but look who's playing dodge flash. Exceed's still unable to convert, but Hate's just so quick on the trade that essentially it's a meaningless frag here. 60, he's able to best Slight, and on the other end of the map, we get the man advantage once again for Triumph. What's new?
It's been the way they operate right now. Even if Strife manage a kill, Triumph swiftly answer back and then make an advantage for themselves. Slight, or Saturn, excuse me, in towards Khan, trying to deal damage around the stairwells. Does some, but takes a bit in return. B-Wills could throw the nade in. There's going to be a flash in, but B-Wills has that one. George gets himself one at the same time, and it's all down to Joel's. He's spamming away, hoping for a kill onto B-Wills, but he's flanked upon by 60. Deagle in hand, and Triumph, 11 now up. A timeout called. Looks to be a technical pause by Strife, and...
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. I have no words for this. This is just brutal.
Yeah, nothing seems to be working. They're running these defaults Triumph, and you can see that even on their deepest of lurks, even when they only have 1 player on the other side of the map, it seems like they're still able to have success. There's nothing that cannot go right for this Triumph roster. And I mean, even in that last round, you can see that Stamina, he goes for an A-side aggression. They're playing dodge flash, so that kill, it comes at a price of some hefty HP, and Hate's just right behind him, ready to trade things. They have 2 players just ready for that aggression. It was so well read. Triumph know exactly what Strife are throwing at them, and everything just becomes a brick wall here. I want to note as well that 60 and Stamina played Overpass quite a bit over in that NA's Finest frag event. So maybe he has a little bit of hard reads, knows some of the tendencies that Stamina is going for in the IGL role. I don't know if that'll come to a factor, but I imagine he'll have a good bit of, you know, counter strategy to work against the Strife roster on top of just being able to dominate them in this matchup.
Yeah, but would that really factor into such a strong T side, though? Like, you'd normally expect that to work on the CT side, you know, counter their strats and their defaults, but right now, Triumph are just running around getting kills. Like that.
Yeah.
There we go. Exhibit A. George just pushing in. Might get himself a couple more here out towards Monster Tunnel. He'll fall away instead and hold the wise line. But it's just been a style show from Triumph. They haven't exactly had to do any executes. They go together. They have like a buddy system. They throw a flash or a smoke or a Molotov, and the rest is history because all these guys can hit their shots, and 60's going to catch Slide on rotation. It's pistols out for Strife, but it just keeps on looking worse and worse for them. It's becoming a little bit painful. Yeah,
I mean, this one's looking a little too easy. You can see that it seems like they're not all in it here, Strife, at And I don't blame them for what Triumph's doing to them, but the issue is, once you're peeking at water solo with an MP9, just going for those fights, you can tell very, very quickly that Strife are kind of mentally diving out of this game. And they've got 3 more in this half to try and make it the best possible scenario. 12-3. I mean, that is bleak, to say the least. And, well, it's not guaranteed at all either.
No, it's not. Slight does have his op again, though. There's an AUG for Saturn. Maybe something a little more to fight back in this round with for Strife. They're going to try and use their utility, but it's a B train from Triumph. They're just going straight forward into this one. The nade does not connect for much, but Austin does spray down the first. They know where he is, though, and the flames are helping out, but he still manages to. B-Wills doubles down, however, instead, and 60's picked off Slight. The rotation has been stonewalled. The site is under control, and Triumph are waltzing to a 13th. The retake, it's still a potential for Strife here. The bomb has finally gone down, but 60, B-Wills, and George are looking to lock Strife out of this server. 60 is going to come down to the timing here. That nade and the smoke will cue him into a little bit more, and is Strife just going to save this?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, at this point, what's the point? But also, I guess you can get some guns into this next one. I don't know. No right answer. I mean, likely ending of that round would have been them just walking in and getting destroyed through the monster smoke or something along those lines. So, at the end of the day, it's not the worst idea, but once you give up 13 rounds, again, that mental checkout starts to kick in, and there's just no coming back from this for Strife. I hate to say that. There's no way that they can pull things back together.
There realistically is no way back in. There's no highway, stair, or ladder, rope climb, mountain climb. There's nothing back into this for them. This is complete and utter domination from Triumph, and this is why we expected this to be a good map for Triumph versus Strife. I don't think we expected it to be this good. No. I certainly didn't. I was thinking maybe 9-6 half out of this. Not what's looking like a 14-0 start as Hate's bullying things out towards water. Austin's going to trade one back. He's been a steady performer here for Strife. A bit of a light in dark places. Give him the 3rd kill, but he is swiftly traded back. And Slight now has to deal with Exceed. And Exceed will exceed expectations in that duel. 14-0. No money again for Strife. They'll force up here as they have to. Last round of the half. But
yeah, I mean, this will be Triumph's, I believe, first chance to gather some RMR points with this current roster. Yeah. So you still got to place in that top 5 in the main event. Long road ahead for them versus some of the teams that we're talking about that have already made it. Obviously, yesterday we had Bad News Bears and the 3 Brazilian rosters in Pain Gaming, Team 1, and Godsent making it through the closed qualifiers.
Oh no!
But yeah. So going about it as you'd expect once again. Slight gets taken down early on, and a couple of HP bars making this look bleak once again. More damage, but they do maintain a 4v4 here, and Saturn's regressed, so with 10 HP alongside stamina. But look who's behind him. Oh boy.
Well, Exceed's got another. He's still working around Playground, having a party here. 60's got Joel's. Monstrous shot from Exceed now as it seems anything's possible for Triumph. It's one of those moments. Okay, Hate. It's one of those moments where a team is just having everything go right. They can literally do no wrong. They completely dominate Strife here in the first half. And folks, we'll return with half number 2 after we take a breather from this one.
Shadows, I've come to make a name. Ready for battle, 'cause I got a throne to claim. Think that I'll crawl in the slide. Where you see me coming, better run for cover. 'Cause I'm not slowing down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. So meet the monster I came to conquer.
Here we are, folks. Let's see. Triumph. They're looking for the 16-0 scoreline to qualify for IEM Fall. Strife just looking to stay alive here for a little bit longer. I'm Boggs, joined by Exner. Cole, is this going to be our last round? It very well might be.
I sure hope not for Strife's sake, but we could get a 16-0. That would be an interesting one to cast here. 6E, he's peeking out. He's gathered a little bit of misinformation towards A as well. I mean, he's fallen off the line here. Didn't spot anything and might stack over towards B. It looks like right now, Triumph are committed to this B side stack, and so maybe, just maybe, Strife can use that bit of information or other misinformation to their advantage. But look, Triumph can do no wrong, so they just stack 3 players back towards A. Why not? They push already through the monster tunnels, and well, this B side or A side execute rather, it should be met with 4 players to defend against it.
And George has a bunch of utility, nade, smoke, flashbang already. They're going to go down towards B, though, so a good rotation back down from Strife. Exceed might catch one on this rotation down, and Triumph's already down here, taking the fights. Exceed wins the first. Flash goes in from George. He'll swing with it, and Austin will actually pop a grape, so he'll get 10 kills. Hate, however, trades it back. B-Wolves with another. Slide still trying to stay alive on site. Should be finished upon by B-Wolves momentarily, but Slide swings out wide. He has Hate, but B-Wolves drops Saturn. B-Wills gives himself a hat trick, and it is going to be the infamous 16-0 to close things out in this matchup.